Do you guys want to start today with Ethan Klein doxing the wrong person?
Ooh.
We can start there today. I'll tell you this. It's a heavy load.
Is it really? Is it that bad?
But Ethan himself is a heavy load. I'm going to tell you this. This happened around the same time that Ethan got suspended about a week and a half ago for saying that if there was another Holocaust, he'd want Ben Shapiro to go first. Well, I actually think, as odd as this may sound, I think that comment may have saved Ethan from something worse. Because social media does not deal with doxing well.
No, you're usually gone.
Yeah.
Right?
I think the Ben Shapiro comment might have saved him and also him knowing Susan Wojcicki. I know he likes to say people are conspiracy theorists for saying that just because Ethan knows Susan Wojcicki, he gets special treatment, that's bullshit. Nobody is allowed as many strikes as Ethan's been allowed. It seems like he's got 4 or 5 at this point.
I also feel like maybe what you're saying with that comment about Ben Shapiro, did he set the bar really high now so doxing doesn't seem so bad or what?
No, well, maybe, but I think it was that whole comment just got swept under the rug because people focused on the Ben Shapiro thing. But like the Keemstar stuff, the stuff he said about his girlfriend, the NRA convention, where he said he wished somebody would bomb it. The thing about the Ben Shapiro thing, the doxing. I mean, he's a piece of shit. He breaks all the rules. He's a miserable wreck. I mean, the fatter he gets, the more full of hate and vitriol and just lack of enjoyment for life he has. Mm-hmm. He's just slowly slipping into insanity. Not even that slowly. His politics get angrier the fatter he gets.
He's belly flopping into it.
Yeah, I've never seen more people, or I've never seen a person whose like body weight is more attached to their politics. Like the fatter he gets, the more angry and bitter and uninformed left-wing he gets. Like, I don't mind people being left-wing or right-wing. Like, Citizen M, as much as we give him shit, seems like he knows his stuff. It's when people are right-wing or left-wing and they just say, like, stupid talking point shit and they don't know what they mean by it.
They follow it blindly.
Right. That always annoys the shit out of me. Lemmy says Dan left H3. I don't think he did. I think that was one of those dog shit, because Ethan always does those clickbaity titles.
Yes.
That are just not even worth clicking on.
He does that, and he's always kissing somebody on a show. He kissed some other guy on a show yesterday.
Oh, what a guy. I tell you, that's talent. That guy's got talent.
Oh.
Yeah, just a dabbler. Tony Michaels is the same way. Just this guy who gets big and fat, and the bigger and fatter he gets, the angrier about politics he gets. And fuck everybody, and fuck them, and this and that. It's like, God, I bet you if you lost weight, you'd be happier.
Yes. Oh my God. Like Gila posted their 10-year wedding anniversary picture the other day, and that guy was skinny as a rail.
Yeah, he was
I didn't recognize him.
He was a tiny little Jewish fella.
He was super tiny.
And now he's a giant fat fuck.
And she's kind of just stayed the same, and I think she kind of just talks less on the show now because she has her own shit, and I can only assume she's like happier for it.
I would so just stay the fuck away from that thing.
Wouldn't you?
If I were Gila Klein. I don't think that Dan left. I think that was just because I saw that title too. And he did an episode. Dan quit the show. No, he didn't. Fucking, and he just wants people to click on that and shit like that. He still works for them. I don't know why. I mean, other than the money, I don't know why, because you're going to see in this clip that we're about to play, it sounds like he's fucking had it with not only Ethan, but the other people Ethan has hired, because I can't believe that anyone would behave the way Ethan does, but then also I can't believe that people would follow him the way some of his staff does. I actually feel terrible for his producer, Dan, because he seems like a guy who just wants to do a fun show, but the angrier Ethan gets and the more dick-sucking Ethan's lackeys get, this Dan's got to feel like he's hurting cats.
It's impossible.
So let's play this clip. I saw this, whose channel came up and put this on my radar? Destiny. I like to give credit when I see people's channels who turn me on to this shit. And YouTube sent me, just put up on my front page, a Destiny video of him talking about this. And Destiny was nice enough to put the original video in his comments, so now I can do it. Ethan and his team were talking about the Amaranth thing, with her husband and all of that.
Yep.
And which, by the way, totally real and totally not overblown for Twitch. I mean, remarkably, everything is fine.
I thought about that on our Tuesday morning show this week. I'm like, we haven't heard anything since then. Obviously, that was
kind of bullshit.
Because you'd think if something was that awful, we'd be hearing some news about it still.
He's getting the help he needs. So he's a psycho who's going to murder their dogs and put all their money in crypto and take all her money from her. And he's this big manipulative, evil piece of shit. This is my problem when people, men or women, but in this case a woman, does shit like this. It is such a cry wolf thing. Like, you've got all those really kind of cucky guys like Philip DeFranco simping for Amaranth Hardin, like, this is terrible about women and we need to protect our women. I can almost see Philip DeFranco's wife's pitchfork pointed at Philip's back when he's doing his show.
Yeah.
Like, if he's not feministy or lefty enough, his crazy wife will just go, come on,
more,
be liberal, come on. Enough of this middle-of-the-road shit. You used to be a news guy. Now say things I need you to say. I feel like he's one of those guys who gets shit from his wife when his show is over if he doesn't say the right thing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Because that guy just, I mean, Philip DeFranco to me seems like a beaten puppy.
Fuck, I'd be dead if I pulled that.
I'm glad you know this.
It's accurate, though.
I'm glad you know it.
I just can't imagine doing that because I could never see myself as knowing more than the host.
Right. So like, you have this Amaranth thing, and you got these guys simping like Philip DeFranco and all these other people, and then you just come out and you go, oh, yeah, like 2 days later, she comes up, oh, yeah, guys, everything's fine. Everyone's getting what they need, and we're gonna move forward. Wait, is it your dogs are going to be murdered and your money's going to be set on fire, or is everyone we just need a little fine-tuning in the house? Which one is it? Because the way you were sobbing did not seem like this was just a fine-tuning thing. This sounded like you were afraid.
And then the very next day, yeah, like, oh, I've finally got access to all my accounts and all that. That seems very
I don't know. So then you have like a fat simp like Ethan, and he decides he hates this Amaranth husband so much that he's gonna fucking not only get him on his show, but he's gonna send his fans out to get him.
Oh,
now,
God.
This is something we used to do when we were on radio, but now like YouTube and shit, they kind of frown on this.
Yes.
So it's like, look, we got enough shit to talk about. We got enough shit people to make fun of. We don't need this shit. Who needs that? And Ethan, to his credit, still has a sizable audience. I think 30 or 40,000 people are watching him when he goes live. That's massive.
Wonderful.
I'd kill for that. That's great. But I don't know what they're watching because it's just a miserable affair. Watch Ethan and his staff, sans Dan, try to dig into this Amaranth thing and then completely shit the bed. And again, this was around the same time, might have even been the same show where he said the Ben Shapiro Holocaust thing. And I'm telling you, that might have saved him. Let's check this out.
God, I'd like to know who this guy is, man.
I know who he is.
Does he have an online persona?
No. He's a music producer. And
Which is incorrect. That is not, her husband's name is Nick Lee.
Yep, we've all looked him up.
But he's not a music producer. There are music producers named Nick Lee. This is a 6-minute clip. Do you see where this is going?
I do.
This fucking lady, who, by the way, Ethan, why are you wasting your money? What is H3 Productions doing handing out a paycheck to the... You don't need 3 people. You're a fat guy who complains about internet people. As a fellow fat guy who complains about internet people, Ethan, you don't need 3 people behind you to do this. You need Dan. You need
Push
a Dan.
A few buttons.
Everybody needs a Dan. But you don't need an AB, and you certainly don't need this. Why? This just looks angry and
Aaron's like, I'm against it.
This looks no fun.
Right.
It looks hostile. It looks like it looks like the pet at the Humane Society that they tell you, don't reach through and pet this one.
Where all the other dogs are barking and jumping excitedly, and that one's just kind of staring at you.
Yeah,
not moving.
You're like, don't pet that one. That one's hostile,
confrontational.
Or like Tommy Lee Jones in Men in Black. You don't want to get too close to her. She's grouchy. But now she's going to go in and she's going to pipe in and go, oh, yeah, I know who he is. Exactly, Ethan. Ethan needs to surround himself with fellow angry people so he doesn't feel so miserable.
Really?
Songwriter, yeah.
God, I hope that man's life is ruined for this.
I hope so too.
Fuck. Someone says, "Why are you protecting the abuser's identity?" I don't give a fuck. Give me his name.
Nick Lee.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I want this guy's life ruined. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
What a miserable, what a miserable fuck.
That's not even. That's like point B. Like A for me is like, wow, why are you sitting here white knighting so hard for Amaranth? You're not even on the same platform.
Right. Not only that, it's like, usually people would go, wow, I hope Amaranth is okay. This guy, I hope this guy's life is ruined. I don't know. Ethan saying that doesn't hold much water either, because like he wants Keemstar's life ruined and James Charles and all the like David Dobrik, like everybody he feuds with. It's just like there's no middle ground with Ethan. He's very Stuttering John-esque. Oh, I hope his life is ruined. It's like, well, don't you hope that maybe he just has a rough month? You know?
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like going after somebody's kids. Like, I don't know, just kind of, you don't do things sometimes.
And by the way, if you're going to say, well, you know, let's ruin this guy, let's fuck him up, make sure you have the right guy, and don't listen to this fucking dipshit who's wearing a winter coat in your studio. And take that shirt off. Well, don't take the shirt. You get the idea. You look stupid. You look like a 73-year-old lesbian.
You don't like that?
I hate it.
A little throwback to the 70s.
No.
Oh, is this him?
Yeah, I would just be cautious.
That's not him.
You don't want to send a mob after the wrong person.
So you have the voice of reason. You have the only guy Ethan needs in his life. You have Dan. And Dan's sitting there going, like, I wish Dan were more confrontational. I really do, because I feel like he wants to tell those other two, not Ethan, but AB and Olivia. I feel like he wants to look at them and go, would you two shut the fuck up?
Yep.
You know he, pointing at Ethan, you know he can't control himself.
No, he's
he's a fucking rage piggy. Mm-hmm. So you two shut the fuck up, and can we please, I feel like Dan is pleading in this clip, can we please just have fun and do a show?
I wish he'd say it sometime.
He will, just to his way.
Oh, will
he? Oh, is he a bodybuilder?
He's a producer.
No. He was a bodybuilder in the past.
This Chad ass, is he Asian?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hope his life is over.
I hope his life is... They're giving out the wrong guy's information, by the way.
Literally not that guy.
It is not this Nick Lee. That is not Amaranth's husband. Also, imagine what a weird bankrupt, morally bankrupt fuck you have to be, and how little you have to have going on, that you take an active role in destroying a guy when you don't even know what's really going on in that home.
You would at least think you'd double check this.
Yes, not Ethan. Well, and because he's protected, like, there are no consequences for Ethan. He is clearly protected by YouTube. Mm. He does shit like this on a weekly basis.
He definitely has an in of sorts.
Yes.
Fuck this guy, bro. Ugh. I'm so glad we actually found his identity.
Are you guys 110% confident this is the right person?
I've heard that he.
Well, Ian's not.
I don't know about.
Ian's not showing this, and I think that's the right call. If we're not 100% sure that this is the right person.
I heard he's an Asian bodybuilder.
He definitely.
Olivia's still doxing the wrong guy. He definitely does music, and his socials have been found. All of this, by the way, everything Olivia is saying is incorrect.
And by the way, Ethan was just sitting here saying, oh, I've heard he's an Asian bodybuilder. He actually didn't even know that till he just saw a picture of this guy, which wasn't the guy.
I feel so bad for Dan in this clip.
Yeah, Ethan's just sitting here eating everything Olivia's feeding him.
I mean,
quickly.
No pun intended.
I mean, yeah, no gurgle burps after, please.
Unda on solo kun Wookie.
Comes from leaks.
Does music, and his socials have been found in that regard.
Well, hold on. You guys send me. Okay, you haven't shown anything in?
Mm-mm. He has not switched to that.
You guys find out who the real guy is, and I'll show him. God damn.
I think we're jumping the gun. I mean,
okay, so now even the other guy's like, Ethan, stop listening to the chick. She's going to get us in trouble. Like, I think we're jumping the gun here. How about this? How about you shut the fuck up until you find out what's going on? I mean, even this show was smart enough. We love jumping on people. Yep. But even this show went, something's off with this Amaranth. First of all, she seems like she's off her meds, which ended up being the case. As someone said, have you taken your meds? And then she shut off her stream. She seems like this seems a little wonky. This sounds a little Twitch drama-y. It might be more here than meets the eye. And it turns out there was.
And yeah, we kind of took a stance, I think, where we didn't really pot commit to like, oh, you know, his side or her side. We kind of said it all looks fucky.
Kind of watched it as a fun train wreck, you know?
What?
Yeah.
How are we jumping the gun? You said we have his identity. Olivia said we know who he is.
It's also his name on the marriage certificate.
It's a very common name,
Very
Nick
small chance
Lee.
that it's
That is not
Okay.
a unique name whatsoever. So I just want to be very sure that we're not sending a mob of people after the wrong Nick Lee. You know,
How about we just don't send
Wow.
a mob after the guy because he has nothing to do with you? If this was a guy who was fucking with Ethan's livelihood, all right, fuck him to the wall. I get it. But this is a guy who's having a spat, a marriage spat, but that got broadcast live on the internet that has nothing to do with you.
That's kind of why I said, why the hell is he white knighting so hard? Who made
Because
him
he's
do
a
this?
hostile, angry cunt.
And I feel bad for this Dan guy. Like
I do too.
I don't know why Ethan even has him there if he's not going to let him be of any help because
Right.
he's just kind of sitting there like, oh, I just
But
wish we wouldn't do
Then
this.
again, if this is Dan's job, he's got to smack these other two around harder. And even smack Ethan around. Ethan needs someone to smack him around,
If
too.
he's going to be in this position, he should have a little more authority.
Yes. But I like Dan. He's really swimming
that's-
upstream on this one.
you know what I mean?
Right.
Well, okay, so next time you guys, if you say we know who he is, make sure that...
Yeah, no, that was jumping the gun a little bit. Apologies.
Thank you, Ian, for not showing. Should we worry about what is best for Amaranth? Like maybe she doesn't want to show him? Someone said Nick Lee.
Yeah, wow. We had a point of clarity for a second there with Ethan. For a second there, we had... We made me think about what's best for Amber. You know what it is? Ethan, somebody should have given him a sandwich. He was hungry. Yeah.
You're not yourself when you're hungry.
Ethan was hungry, and he starts wanting to dox people's husbands. If we would have gotten him a hoagie...
I'd be so mad if somebody doxed my husband.
I will say that. I will say this about Ethan. He does look like a guy who enjoys a good hoagie.
What kind? Like what flavor?
I don't know.
Italian?
I don't know, but it seems like it soothes him. It seems like a bite of a hoagie with some mustard and mayonnaise just soothes Ethan Klein.
That's true.
You know what? Not even a hoagie. I think a jar of mayo. Just looks
Everyone
like,
loves a jar of mayo.
yeah, that looks like it soothes Ethan. I feel like he'd eat it like Winnie the Pooh. He'd just fist the thing and just eat his fist.
Is he like a Hellman's or Miracle Whip kind of guy?
He's a Hellman's guy.
That's, you know what?
Miracle Whip, he
Favorite
feels
part of
like
him.
he's getting cheated.
That's true.
He wants to taste a good eggy
That's
mayo.
just a salad dressing.
Yeah, for Ethan, he wants a good eggy mayonnaise.
I do too.
Yeah.
You know what? That's something Ethan and I have in common.
You know what they should get Ethan for the show? The squirt bottle of Hellman's.
Oh,
You know, just so he can...
your lips to God's ears.
I probably shouldn't do this too often.
One
on
more
the show.
time, though, and make the sound.
That was a man squirting mayo into his mouth. That was not a guy sucking a dick.
Wiener mayo.
I guess when you do this, it becomes whatever the audience wants it to become.
That's called baby dressing.
I guess so. But yes, Ethan does look like a man who could use a mayo break.
Lee has tweets confirming their marriage.
Yeah, it's in 2020 when those certificates surfaced.
This bitch continues to lean in with the let's dox the wrong guy and fuck with him. So Ethan, because he's also a miserable piece of shit, goes to this miserable piece of shit and goes, well, you and I are going to, talk to each other now because his AB and Dan keep saying, maybe we're on the wrong path. We shouldn't do this. Ethan doesn't want to hear it. So he's going to talk to this hostile, angry menace over here who's wearing a duvet, I think.
It looks like a quilt.
I think she's wearing her grandma's Snuggie, like homemade. I don't know. But you live in Los Angeles. There's no reason. Look at all these people that are back here. Ethan, why do you have so many people?
God.
You do a show where you bitch and complain all the time. It's not that hard.
You and I have talked about this before. The amount of staff that guy has for the show he does is kind of insane, right?
I think it's the only friends he has.
Maybe.
So it's the only way he can socialize. He's run everybody else off.
What happened? What did Trisha Paytas have to say about his staff? Do you remember that? Didn't
No, she just wanted to bring her own staff in to do their show. That's all
because
she
they're all
wanted.
on Team Ethan for
You're right.
everything?
Yeah.
Supposedly he posted them. They are on a Twitter that belongs to Nick Lee.
Okay, okay, lady. This is why she needs to lose her job immediately, and it just needs to be that Dan. If you're going to dox someone on a show where 40,000 people are watching, you don't go with supposedly.
No.
You don't go with it, especially, oh, you know what? I've really narrowed it down. Oh, have you? How'd you narrow it down? It's an Asian guy named Nick Lee.
Oh, that seems super uncommon.
Oh,
right?
yeah. We'll narrow that down to the nearest 25 million.
Who claims to be her husband.
It could be a troll.
Ethan looks like
Dude.
he's fat melting.
Yeah, he does keep sinking, doesn't he? But that could be there could be any dude out there named Nick Lee right now that is a little bit Asian that would totally claim to be her husband.
Hold on. Just
Right?
wait.
It could be a troll. If there was that whole drama at the time, it was
Yeah.
probably just somebody creating that account. If that's all that account tweets
Love
about.
to know that guy's real identity.
He just cannot let it go. Ethan, move on to the next person that you hate and you're jealous of and you want to go after.
Dying to know who that is.
Jesus, what a miserable dead-eyed
Oh,
cunt.
yeah. That seems sus. You're right, Ian. Well, we know his name is Nick Lee. We just don't know.
His name is Nick Lee, but again, that's like
It may not be the body.
one of the most common names you could.
His name is Muhammad Johnson. And I think we got something to go on there with Muhammad Johnson. I think we might find this guy. His name is Bob Smith. I feel like we've really got this son of a bitch narrowed down.
Oh, it's actually Joe Nelson.
Oh, well, yeah, fuck that guy.
From people that are saying that and sharing that account, I'm actually timing you out. That is literally a dox account that you're sharing in our chat right now. So please stop spamming that.
I know.
Oh, look at that face.
Oh, boy, look at the pufferfish. So pufferfish has a producer who is his best friend right now, whether he knows it or not.
Saving his ass.
But pufferfish doesn't want to hear it.
Well, pufferfish is full of poison. Don't you know this?
That's why he needs his Hellmann's. You get him a squirt bottle of Hellmann's.
Is that poison control?
It would soothe him. I'm telling you. Like a baby bottle. We could put Hellmann's in a bottle.
It's the salve to his wounds.
Yes. Ethan just needs... Have you taken a
is not-
Hellmann's break today?
His real Twitter account that is meant to reveal their address and private information.
And I just can't wait to see his face, man. Is it
Fucking... How many times does... Dan is not a confrontational guy. How many times does he have to say, cut the shit? Before you get the subtle hints he's throwing you.
You don't need to see the guy's face in order to know, like, things are bad.
It's also just how miserable Ethan comes off. Like, you almost feel bad for him, but you're also like, you're an unrepentant, aggressive piece of shit.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to feel bad for you, but at the same time, you're like, you know why it's happening. You know, as he gets fatter and more miserable, like he just lashes out. So you understand what it is. So that part you almost want to feel bad for, but then you watch what a chunk of shit he is and you go, nah, fuck it. I'm not feeling bad for this guy. I feel bad for Dan.
I'll say, too, like, most people when this came out, they just searched, for, like, information on their own time, not looking to dox anybody.
Right.
It's super easy to find a picture of her with her husband.
And plus,
hard.
As we know now, after waiting a couple of days on this Amaranth thing, it was probably some overblown Twitch drama bullshit.
Yes, all of it seemed quite sus.
Sorry.
illegal to ship shit, like shit to somebody?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of shit?
But
Maybe
like, what would the legalities be if it were like? Is it written?
if we find out that this guy is, can we ship him shit? I'm asking.
Look at that. This is a man who's exhausted and beaten.
He needs a new show to work on.
This is a man who's like, I don't know why I fucking keep coming in here.
Well, because he doesn't take any of his advice.
I'm given all the authority in the world, but nobody listens to me. Like, is Dan going to have to just hit somebody with a pipe wrench in there one day?
Yeah, but then he'll be fired for being insensitive.
Ooh, I've got it. Every 15 minutes, a boxing end of the round bell rings, and then Ethan sits in a corner and they give him mayonnaise and rub his shoulders and go, all right, we're going to get back out there and not be a fat, miserable whale cunt.
Can you imagine that smell? Just warm
without the
mayonnaise on Ethan.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, I'm not, of course, doing it or encourage anyone to do it.
No, I just have 40,000 people watching me, and I'm going, wouldn't it be fun if we did this? Yeah, no fucking nuts people are going to, not 1,000 people out of 40,000 are not going to then take it upon them. Think about that. If a small fraction, say 100 people in his 40,000 person audience at that given time, decide to go nuts and send that guy shit, that's 100 parcels of shit that guy's getting.
Not only that, there's already people, you can see they're already foaming at the mouth to dox this guy in the chat.
But that'd be, if you just received a package and there was poop in it, that's just kind of...
Trust me, once it's public, he's going to be getting more shit than one man can handle.
Not for me.
Yeah, let's contribute.
Not.
You guys don't even know the whole story.
How is that chick not fucking fired today?
I don't know. She should be listening to the men back there with her, though. I will say that.
No.
Not for me. What the hell are you talking about? And I don't want anyone to ship him a box of their homemade feces, right, Dan?
Homemade.
Should stop
feces.
talking about this.
Homemade.
We should say, right there. Dan's broken. He's like, we should stop talking about this.
I've never seen somebody I like so much on this show, but Dan. Like,
I can't stand watching Ethan. I almost feel like I want to help Dan.
Yeah.
Like I want to
Can
help
we get in
Dan.
touch with this guy?
I want Dan. I don't want to say his last name, Swordlove.
Oh.
I want to talk to Dan, and I just want to tell him, look, you can do something else, and people will love you, and they will follow you. Let's say that 40,000 people watching at a time. Let's say, Dan, you could probably grab 3,000 of them, start a show, and make a decent little nest egg for yourself.
Or he could even just be helpful to somebody else's show
Yeah.
that'll actually listen.
I'll take Dan over Jamie on Rogan's show. Jamie's
Yeah.
kind of a worm.
Sure. Okay.
I like Dan. Let's give Dan Jamie's job on Rogan and call it that way.
What a great day.
Yeah.
This is not a good track we're going down.
Oh, Dan's pissed.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Time out. I have to dig a little too deep here based on a facial expression. Forgive me. There's something going on between these two.
Yes, I was just going to say you don't say that about somebody on your show unless you've got something boiling.
Ethan and Dan have problems that go before this.
Like that'd be like me sitting here next to you when you're like just expressing your honest opinion about something, and I'm just, Aaron's pissed.
Dan has had to sit through the NRA thing. He's had to sit through the Keemstar stuff. He's had to sit through the Ben Shapiro thing. Dan's had it. Dan's like, I'm not going to keep harpooning this whale and bringing him back to the pen. I fucking had it.
Well,
and
like-
Ethan is tired of Dan telling him what to do.
And like I said, then Ethan, why do you even have him there? What are you paying him
It
for?
seems like you want to listen to the fucking idiots, the guy who got knocked out in his fight, and then the crazy chick, the angry girl with the duvet on. It seems like you want to listen to the bedspread wearing chick more than you want to listen to Dan anyway. So I think you should cut the other two. But why don't you just cut Dan and you can do your show where you just slowly slip into your misery coma, and we'll call it a day.
Okay. People are saying it's illegal. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's obviously illegal. And
No, don't do it. What am I doing?
we've already almost doxed the wrong person and sent a hate mob of them. So
Yeah, Olivia already did. Like this caption
it's
says.
too late.
She already did. She said, oh, he's a music producer.
But he's sitting.
Nick Lee, the music producer. For the last 15 minutes now, they've been fucking with a music producer.
He's sitting here saying, we almost did all this stuff knowing that they already did, just trying to like cover up for the
Yeah.
show and keep the show healthy.
You didn't almost did. You did. And again, guys, if you're wondering when this was just during the whole Ben Shapiro thing. So the Ben Shapiro thing, in a weird way, saved Ethan. How many like shitty, horrible, ugly human being things do you have to do that one of your ugly, horrible, shitty human being things actually runs cover for another horrible human being shitty thing you did?
I would really like to have this Dan on our show and ask him what it's like
Dan's
working
gotta-
behind the scenes for Ethan.
Dan's got to get out of there.
there's lots of not very sharp people in the audience that might take your comedic suggestion as a real suggestion and do it.
But it's just not what I would do.
You
Or,
brought
yeah,
it up.
man.
He's hinting. No, that's him hinting. Oh, it's just not what I would do.
Yeah,
but other
no.
people.
We know what that's like.
He gets
We've seen
mad.
that
He
before.
gets mad whenever people say, hey, he's friends with Susan Wojcicki, the CEO of YouTube, so he gets special treatment. But he does shit like this all the time where other channels would be completely eradicated for it, and he gets 1 week suspensions over and over. I mean, Ethan, quit getting mad when people say you're getting special treatment. You're getting special treatment. Just own it. You're a prick about everything else. Why not be a prick about this and just go, yeah, fuck you guys. I get special treatment because I know Mama Susan.
Right.
There you go. That's all you got to say.
One to do. What can you send that's legal in the mail then? Dan?
Don't send him anything.
See, you
No,
keep
I'm not-
suggesting.
Just stop
sending him
talking about
anything.
harassing this guy.
What are you talking about? I'm not harassing anybody.
That's another
Listen
classic
to
thing that
him.
Ethan Klein does is he obsesses with these people for days and days on end. And then when people go, Ethan, you're kind of being a piece of shit to this guy. What? I had no idea. It's let's just say it's a stereotype among
I'm curious.
podcasters.
Okay.
I'll say podcast. So stereotype among certain podcasters that they will lash out at people and they will advocate attacking them and they will do it in a very passive aggressive way. And then when someone goes, hey, quit fucking with that guy. They go, why are you yelling at me? What have I even done to anyone to deserve you treating me this way? I mean, it's a little too textbook.
Says it all with a wink. Oh, God.
Piece of shit. I fucking hate Ethan so much. I feel so bad for this Dan guy. Now, the best part is still to come.
I'm just hypothetically
He's rolling his
wondering,
eyes. Yep, you drink down your juice, fat boy.
You know?
Y'all ready for a week off?
Oh! God
He knows.
bless you, Dan. Yes.
I do like this Dan guy. I like him a lot.
Y'all ready for a week off?
He's the only one with a fucking brainstem here.
Or balls.
Yes, that too.
He's the only guy with any balls.
Y'all ready for a week off?
What? You think I'll get banned for that?
Yes, absolutely.
By the way, this was before his recent 1 week ban for the Ben Shapiro thing. He goes, you think I'll get what? You think I'll get banned for this? Come on, Mama Susan will protect me like she always does.
I'm fucking proud of this Dan guy. He's the only one that I hear say this shit.
Dan Swerdlove is a man amongst boys in this situation here.
Encouraging your fans to
I'm
harass
not.
somebody in
You're
real
the
life.
one that keeps saying I'm encouraging. I'm just wondering hypothetically. Nobody's encouraging.
Okay.
Nobody do that. You're the one that's saying I'm encouraging. I'm not
You're right.
encouraging.
You're right.
You
You're
brought it up.
Dude, it's got to be so frustrating to work with these passive aggressive podcasters.
I heard that.
What?
Nothing.
Well, podcasters.
No, you're right.
I screw up my words sometimes. I'm John Fetterman. I have strokes sometimes.
Jodcasters?
No, I said podcasters.
Okay.
But if you're Dan, it's got to be just so frustrating working with these podcasters that you sit there and you call them out for the bullshit that they're doing. And you sound crazy because this person will not admit to the fucking manipulative bullshit that they're pulling on their audience. And then you call them out for the manipulation and they go, what? Why do you keep... They turn it on you and call you the bad guy. Why do you keep saying that I'm manipulating the audience? Why do you keep saying that I control the show that we're doing? Oh, it makes you nuts.
Making it worse.
Mom, Dad, I love you both.
I mean,
Please
what's
stop
going
this.
on here?
Stop.
Mom and Dad, I love you both. Stop fighting. This happens a lot behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And AB has seen it many times play out before, and Dan's fucking had it.
Well, Ethan's the only one who brought any of this mailing him shit up.
That Olivia bitch really helped.
Yeah, but he brought up the mailing that guy shit.
Yeah.
Stop this. Don't make me choose.
I just said, can you mail a box of shit? What the hell, dude?
Ethan, you're not that stupid. I mean, you're a big, angry, fat tub of has-been, but you're not that stupid.
With a huge, stupid audience.
Yes. Oh, God. Could you imagine meeting the average H3 fan?
We saw what they've done before. The one time he was actually funny and made a trans joke, and it was very funny.
He walked it back.
His whole audience fucking ate him alive for it.
Oh.
Not the best.
You ready to hear something fucked up? The average Mike Maljic fan is probably more tolerable than the average Ethan Klein fan.
And you know why? At least they're kind of quiet.
Yeah,
you never hear about
and
them.
just douchey.
Yeah.
Is it that serious?
2 hours after Olivia first doxed Nick Lee, the music producer. So here we go, doing the SpongeBob bit. 2 hours later.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry.
We got something we need to address
Uh-oh.
right now.
The worst I told you so Dan's ever had to deliver.
Let me send it to you, Ethan. This is
Bad?
exactly what I was afraid. Yeah, bad.
What?
As I predicted, our fans are harassing the wrong person.
And this is all your fault. You and Olivia did this.
I mean, at least AB had the common sense to tap out.
Yeah, for a second, he perked up. He's like, oh, this could be fun, but is it worth it, though?
No.
And that's how you should see some things. Like, Aaron and I might sit here and think, oh, God, it'd be really fun to say this one thing right now, but we don't.
But
And that's why I was saying, I know you were saying don't do it, but the fucking idiots in our audience are always going to end up doing it. So.
Dan hates this show. Dan hates this show. He hates what it's become. It used to be fun. They used to interview the Bill Burrs of the world. They used to have a good time. Now they just sit and bitch about people, and Dan's had it.
Yeah.
Oh, and
well, there's so many Nick Lees. You guys don't even know who I was looking.
that's what I was saying. That's people are dumb.
The issue with this is
I-
that he is a
yeah, yeah.
songwriter, composer, as you said.
Yeah,
and
it's
he's Asian.
not a musician.
Who is Nick Lee?
You fucking asshole. You're the one who kept telling people, oh, definitely a music producer, definitely a music producer, definitely him. And now you're going, oh, no, it's not a musician.
And do they ever say they're sorry? Do they reach out to this
There's
guy
less
they've
than a
doxed
minute
and
left.
say they're
No,
sorry?
I'm sure not.
Lee.
Apologize really profusely.
So here,
Oh, here.
okay, here he is. Nick Lee. Who is Nick Lee, you guys? This fucking guy has not a goddamn thing to do
Why are you?
With Amaranth,
Amaranth.
not
Why are you showing him? You've
Even-
done enough damage.
Yeah, don't show this. And not only that, I think earlier on, Dan had said that this weird account only exists to expose like Amaranth's personal information.
No,
and
that was a
shit.
different one. That was.
Oh,
This is
I-
the music producer guy.
Excuse me, I have a hard time
Yeah.
keeping up with the wrong account.
Right.
related in any way.
Nick Lee, producer, songwriter, composer, not associated with Amaranth, in fact.
That's why I kept saying it's like an extremely common name. And this guy is obviously, he's the puppeteer. He's behind the scenes. He's probably not even on social media.
Sorry about that, dude.
Well, I fucked up.
Let's go with that.
It was definitely me. A Reddit thread led me to the wrong place.
You used a fucking Reddit thread, you stupid bedspread wearing zilch. Oh,
Yeah, because
fire them all.
Reddit's where I go for all my facts.
And I should not have said his profession when I didn't know for sure.
We didn't know 100%.
There it is. Sue Olivia, not me.
I was in Olivia L, and I will live by it.
I'm
for-
No. Your boss should have to take the L there too. Oh, see, and this is the other thing about Ethan. He never has to learn the lesson because he can just blame somebody else.
Dude, a lot of people would be fired for doxing somebody.
I mean, and again, he got a 7-day suspension for the Ben Shapiro thing.
Yep.
And I think it saved him from getting punished from
You're right. This
other
went
thing.
totally under the radar.
Six String Man says, Skola to the Dabblers. Thank you very much for the $10, buddy. Appreciate that. 385 away from today's goal. Also, $3 from Raymond Bryant. Thank you very much, buddy.
Thank you.
Balls Deep says, Ethan is a pastrami guy, extra hummus. Okay. Just a Dabbler says, April, I saw Aaron at McDonald's while he was supposed to be at the gym.
Oh,
Ha!
you bag of shit.
Joke's on you. We go to the gym together.
I wasn't looking out the window at that time.
Miracle Whip is the devil. Team Mayo says Freaky Deaky.
Yeah.
So we started an argument that I wasn't aware of.
Miracle Whip is not true mayo.
No.
It's actually not. It's
No, it
some
is
kind
not.
of weird spread.
K McDuck says Ethan's a mogul. Moguls need employees. He's not a mogul. He's just hungry.
Do you think he maybe does carry a lot of people around him on his staff, though? Like
To make himself feel good?
himself feel good and like, hey, look at all these people I employ.
I don't know. Triple N says he's unraveling quickly. I don't even know. He has unraveled. You're watching an unraveled man. You're watching a guy playing the side missions because he's beat the main story of melting down as a human.
Yeah, I guess I don't see this as unraveling.
Guinness IV says, I really think you guys should have a slot on Compound Media. Maybe someday. Maybe we'll
Your
get a
lips
weekly.
to God's ears.
Maybe
I
we'll
don't
get a
know.
weekly show on Compound if we just keep killing in obscurity here for a while. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Oh, it finally
Aw.
went. It works for so long,
Butts.
and now it finally went on us. I got to reset it real quick, and
Why does
there
it do
we
this
go.
to itself?
I don't know. Hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, and click the bell to get notifications. Todd says, I hope Steel Toe gets bigger than Tim Pool. Would be great, and they may win the Super Bowl. Could be a great year. I think he means the Vikings.
Okay.
I would love that. We went out and got TJ Hawkinson.
I'm very excited to see that.
I am too.
On our team.
Gray Idol says 40,000 people watching him. This world is on its way to more stupid.
He used to have more, I feel, before the whole Trisha Paytas falling out thing.
No, he did. Flex says just let H3 fall. It's overdue. It's not, though. Dub says H3 is on its last legs. I mean, it's lost most of its audience, but it's still got like 800,000 people watching its shit.
I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon.
Atomic Citizen says, too bad Amaranth's boyfriend wasn't named Joe Biden. Well, then Ethan would have left him alone and probably blamed Amaranth. Ethan is such a disingenuous piece of shit. Yeah, I agree. Triple N says, Ethan cries out when he strikes you. Yeah, Little Lemmy nails Ethan perfectly. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
What? It wasn't me doing that. What do you mean? That was you.
Balls Deep is right. He says, oh, so Dan is a normal fucking human being. Yes. And when you're on a show full of giant pieces of shit, a normal human being looks like fucking Mother Teresa.
Just fucking refreshing.
Triple N calls him a passive-aggressive podcaster. Exactly. That's all I said.
I will say there is one of those people on that staff that does not belong there, and it's Dan.
Joe E says, Ethan Klein is the perfect representation of a certain desert tribe. I have no idea. I don't know anything about that. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. Raymond says, I'm listening to a show about a show. If Ethan were talking about a show and showing clips, we would have a time loop, and it would be yesterday again. Ooh, that's how you go backwards in age.
Fun.
Gray Idol says the H3 audience has the same sugar intake as Ethan. All of them combined, yes, have the... Maybe it can reach his sugar input.
I will say for him, that was the longest I've heard him talk without a burp.
K. McDuck says it's a brain teaser. Ethan occupies 5% of the screen, yet 50% of the room. Lemmy says Ethan Klein actually really pissed off Bill Burr during that podcast. You're right. I forgot about that.
Not hard to do.
He did not enjoy Ethan. Did one Bill Burr. I saw a man wearing Teddy Fresh on the subway. It was hard to grasp the severity of cringe before me. Yeah.
I've never seen Teddy Fresh anywhere but Instagram.
It is funny that we watched, as Gray Idols points out, Ethan sinking lower into his chair just like his life. But I think he's so fat and it's crushing his... Yeah, there you go. Can you get a double chin going? You want me to be Ethan Klein here for a second? Let me try to... I can move my chair back. I can't get his... Hold on.
That's close.
Do you guys think we should harass that guy?
Can I get you a bucket hat?
Can I get some mayonnaise? Could you go grab the Hellmann's out of the fridge? I want to do my Ethan Klein impression.
Goodness
Please.
gracious.
Do you guys think we should dox that guy? I'm not saying we should dox him, but wouldn't it be fun if people sent him like shit or something? Oh, hold on. I got to burp like Ethan. Do you guys think it would be... Do you guys think it would be funny if we like dox that guy? Now I'm doing stuttering John. When April brings the mayo, then I'll have my full Ethan Klein impression. Oh, wow, you've got... Holy shit, she's quick. All right, here we go. You have to be Gila. You have to feed it to me. Ready? Aaron doing Ethan Klein. Get ready. Clip this for Twitter and Facebook and whatnot. All right, ready? Do you guys... Hey, Dan, do you think we should dox that guy? Maybe we should send him shit. Do you guys...
I'm so on your side, Ethan.
Do you guys think we should send him shit? We should send him shit.
Ethan.
Do you get... Oh, I'm sorry. Am I getting...
Ethan, I think you're
Am I getting out of
twitchy.
hand?
You need some of this mayo.
Okay, hit me with the mayo. Oh, yeah. It's air.
No.
You got to
Sorry,
shake
Ethan.
it. Healy got... Oh, yeah. Oh, You guys think that's good? Do you think that Ben Shapiro should...
No.
Do you think if there were gas...
No, Ethan, no.
I would hope that Ben Shapiro would be the first guy.
No more.
Because I fucking hate that guy.
No. I disavow.
I just really don't like him. My blood sugar feels funny.
Well, there's sugar and mayo. Would you like some?
Yeah, hit me with the mayo, please. No, don't wipe it. I need it. That's what I need to survive.
You want me to rub it in?
No, that's like skin lotion. That would be. Hold on, I think I can. So did I mention I hate Joe Rogan?
This is supposed to make you happy.
I hate Joe Rogan so much. He's like David Dobrik to me. I just think he's a giant piece of shit. This is pretty much all the content I do. Do you know who James Charles is?
We all know.
I fucking hate that guy.
Why are you so hateful?
Just a giant piece of shit. Do you think we should send him diarrhea?
No, Dan, will you tell this man to stop?
Do you guys think we should send James Charles diarrhea?
I think
for having
no.
Because he has gay sex.
We don't send people shit in the mail.
Do you guys think gay sex is something I should be okay with, or should I?
Do you need some more mayonnaise? This is not working.
Gila, hit me with the mayo, please. Wow.
Is this helping yet? Are you happy?
You know how much of a piece of dick Ted Cruz is?
Why do you insist?
Do you want to watch Hassan and I talk about politics? We're super informative.
No, I just mostly want to watch you kiss some more.
I hope Rand Paul gets cancer. You guys want to watch me talk about the election?
No.
I know what I'm talking about.
You know what? No, I think we've done enough wishing violence on others.
All right. Well, I'm going to go suck Dan's dick.
That sounds good. I think you should do
Could
that.
you hit me with the mayo one more time?
Would that be a good
Yeah.
nightcap for you?
I think we should wrap up the show with a mayo shot and then send James Charles a bag of diarrhea.
What kind of shot would you like?
Straight up Hellman's, baby. Please. All right.
I hope that, sends you to bed happy.
Join us tomorrow on H3 where I'll yell at Keemstar about stuff. All right, bye.